Today's video is super important. I'm going to be explaining the difference between developing your cold technical drawing or painting skills versus developing your creativity, your imagination, your ability to come up with your own concepts. I'm going to be explaining why both of these are so important in your development as an artist and how they complement each other. And I'm also going to be providing practical tips that are going to help you grow in both of these areas. So let's jump right in. Let me go ahead and explain each. Firstly, there is technical skill, your technical ability. This refers to your mastery over your medium, your knowledge of techniques, your ability to actually draw or paint what you're envisioning in your mind, in your head. And of course, along with your mastery over your drawing or your painting medium, in order to have good technical skills, you need to understand and really know about art fundamentals, some more than others depending on your own art style and what you like drawing and painting. But for example, understanding color, understanding light behavior, understanding form and perspective, understanding composition. Having knowledge on all of these different topics and having a good skill with your medium is what's going to allow you to see your visions through and to render your subjects, your objects, the way that you want to render them. Technical skills are more objective. If you have great technical skills, you have a great mastery over your medium, there is no denying that you know how to use it. Creative skill, on the other hand, has to do with the ability to make connections on your own, your ability to solve problems in your own unique way, being able to come up with your own concepts, your own ideas to create your art around. Because every single one of us is different and unique in our own way. We've been through different life experiences. Our brains are different. Our hands are different. We see life through our own unique lens. Our artwork is like giving people a glimpse into how we see life through our lens. Through using your creativity and your imagination, you're able to come up with concepts and ideas that are meaningful to you, what you want to communicate, what's important to you, what moves you, what you want to change in the world. And this, of course, requires doing introspection and knowing yourself and valuing who you are and your own ideas. What emotion, what idea, what mood, what story is important for you to transmit through your art? And how are you going to use the different elements and principles of art to successfully communicate that? And by the way, your concepts, your ideas do not have to be anything grandiose or super complex or have a super heavy narrative to it. Some artists' work is like that, but other artists' work isn't. What's important here is that the idea, the concept came from yourself, that it's original, that you created that composition, you were the one who envisioned it. All of this goes into creativity, and creativity is, of course, more subjective. To create great art, you need a balance of both technical skill and creative skill. You don't have to be super highly skilled with both to create great art, but it is important that you know the difference between the two and that you continue developing them as you move forward. It's important to know that you can be highly creative and you can have a great imagination and an ability to come up with your own original concepts, but your technical skills can be pretty low to the point that you're unable to see those visions through. And on the other hand, you can be highly skilled technically, but your imagination and your creativity can be pretty low. And because you're highly skilled on a technical level, your work can be very impressive in the technical sense, but it can lack that originality, that level of expression, and that uniqueness. I do want to say as well here that someone may simply be lacking a belief in themselves, a level of confidence in themselves and their ideas, and this might be the reason why their work shows a high technical skill level, but it's still not very original or expressive or interesting even, because they're not valuing their own ideas enough and they're not believing in themselves enough. Maybe they don't have the confidence to use their own ideas. So this could be another reason why maybe that level of creativity is lacking in someone's work. It's not necessarily that they're not creative, it's just that they're still kind of not trusting in themselves enough and valuing their own ideas to actually use them. And it can also be the reason why lots of artists out there who are at that beginner, early, intermediate level are never able to break away from step-by-step draw or paint like me tutorials where you're given a composition. You still don't believe in yourself enough to use your own ideas, so you need to be told what to do, you need to be given a composition. Believe in yourself. People with high technical abilities are not necessarily all very creative or imaginative. And on the other hand, there are many creative, highly imaginative people that don't have the technical abilities to create art. If someone were to ask me, I'd prefer to have a kind of medium level with both, to be able to create original pieces and then just continue developing both as I'm moving along. Because it's that balance of both that's going to allow you to create original art. And something that I want to emphasize here is you don't need to wait until you're super highly technically skilled with your drawing or painting medium to start using your own ideas and your own concepts and start creating original art. This is why I create the classes and workshops that I share with the Rising Star tier the way that I do. I give assignments so that you're able to take the new information that you've learned and use it in a practical way. But I provide criteria points as opposed to a step-by-step tutorial, and I leave them relatively open so that you can fulfill that assignment in your own way, using your own mediums and your own style. This for me was very important because it is through using your own critical thinking skills and the information that you know to create something tangible, to, use that information in a practical sense, that you're able to start really developing deeper knowledge, but also at the same time, you start trusting that you have what it takes to create something from scratch. And this is exactly what happens when you go to art school. When you're starting out in those first semesters, at least most of us, we're not very highly skilled in either of these areas, technical or creativity, and yet you're given project briefs that you need to just see through. You need to be creating original pieces over and over, and you get used to that, which really helps you grow your confidence in yourself, and also, of course, it helps you develop your artistic style and voice much sooner. If you're just getting started on your art journey, what I personally recommend to students is become competent enough with your drawing or painting medium so that you have those basic skills to operate it. You want to get to at least a basic level with your medium where not all of your brain power is going into operating it correctly. For example, it's going to be very difficult for you to create a beautiful watercolor landscape that is original and has a lot of yourself in it. You are not going to be able to think of things like composition and what you want to change and what techniques you want to bring in and what colors if so much of your brain power is going into holding your paintbrush effectively for painting and water control and all those basic skills. I have another video where I talk about creative flow and how to experience it more consistently as an artist, which is so important. And in that video, which I'll make sure to link to down below along with others that are related to this one, I talk about how it's very difficult to experience creative flow when you're still worrying about all of these different things. You're worrying about using watercolor properly or graphite properly and holding your pencil or your paintbrush properly. You haven't developed water control or all of these little technical things you're still using a lot of brain power for. So it's very difficult to actually enjoy the process, and it's difficult to also bring more of yourself into the piece and allow yourself to get more expressive. So yes, I do think that it is important to develop at least solid basic skills with your medium, whatever it is that you enjoy using. But as soon as you do, I would say start using your own ideas. And then as you're moving along, if you kind of hit a wall with your technical skills or there's a specific technique that you want to develop more, then absolutely go ahead, look for another step-by-step tutorial that is going to help you practice that technique, and then move on to using that technique in your own work, in your own way. And make no mistake, creativity is like a muscle. The more that you use it, the easier it becomes to come up with great original ideas, and the easier it becomes to make connections. So let's get into the last part of today's video, where I'm going to be providing the practical tips that you can start applying to grow both in the technical skill area and the creativity imagination area. First and foremost, it's very important to practice both of these in isolation as well as together. So what I mean by this is, if you're looking to continue developing your cold technical drawing or painting skills, work on studies in your sketchbook, smaller paintings, smaller drawings, focusing on the specific skills that you're trying to develop. Remember, this has to do with mastering your drawing or painting medium. So if you feel you're lacking a specific technique or a specific skill in this area, look up tutorials where you're going to be able to practice this. Continue learning about and developing your skills with art fundamentals. Another thing that I would recommend is doing master studies. And also, sometimes you need to devote more time to boring, tedious drills and practice that are going to help you gain more mastery over your medium. A lot of beginners skip over this kind of practice work because they find it boring, but sometimes it's why they hit walls. And when it comes to the work that you're doing to develop your imagination and your ability to come up with concepts, give yourself time and space to sit down and reflect on what is important to you, what you want to communicate through your art, and what you want your art to look like. Take notes. Do brainstorms, do webs, put down on paper everything that is coming to your mind. And when you choose an idea that you're going to be working with, don't just go with that idea and start an artwork. Actually take time to break it down, come up with secondary ideas, because that first idea is usually not going to be your best. Stretch yourself to come up with more. Also, very important in this area, give yourself time to play, to explore your paint colors, your materials. Work more intuitively without necessarily having a plan or a specific objective, so that you can notice what colors you're constantly reaching for and how you're creating lines and marks with your different tools. That kind of thing is something that you want to start paying attention to, so that you can decide if you want to continue using those things mindfully in the future, or if you want to change them or improve them in some way. But you have to give yourself time and space to play and just experience and create in a free-flowing kind of way. Observe what comes naturally to you and what doesn't. Another key tip for you when it comes to developing your creativity is also, as I said, start breaking away from those step-by-step follow-along drawing and painting tutorials. If you are using them, make sure that it is specifically because you're trying to grow your skill in an area with a specific technique, and or you're making sure to bring a lot of yourself into the piece. So you're changing the composition, the colors, etc., in some shape, way, or form. I've created another video where I talk about the importance of establishing parameters or rules to work within as an artist, and how this can really help you increase your creativity, which I'll make sure to link to down below as well. Establishing parameters or little rules to work with really stretches you and helps you make connections that you would have otherwise not made. So I highly recommend giving it a try. And the last tip that I want to provide if you're looking to grow creatively is stop relying so much on external inspiration, works created by other artists, etc., and start looking for inspiration within yourself. Limit consumption and increase creation. And when it comes to growing and using both skills in combination, this is when you're creating larger pieces or series. I have this video that I shared with the Rising Star tier a while back where I share my step-by-step process for creating original art, and I talk about how I do brainstorming and thumbnailing and then how I move on to taking my original reference photos. But in that process, I share how I use both of these skills to create original pieces or even series. And just to finish up, I just want to say, especially to those of you who are finding it difficult to trust in yourself and use your own ideas, you are using your creativity every day to solve problems and make choices in your life. You're just not applying it to your art practice. Trust in yourself. Your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings are incredibly valuable and an amazing source that you can use for your artwork. You just need to value those things, tune out the noise, and listen to yourself. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I really hope that this video was helpful. I hope that I gave you some things to think about and start applying in your art practice. Thank you so very much for watching. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your art practice and see you very soon.